All right. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Bette McCarthy. I'm the chair of the Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic Committee, and I wish to call this meeting to order. Um, the meeting of the Old Kings Highway Historic District Commission is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable Government Access Channel. And in accordance with Massachusetts general laws of Chapter 30A, Section 20, the chair must inquire whether anyone else at this meeting is recording it, and if so, please make their presence known. All right. I guess that's a no for everyone. So, to all persons deemed interested or affected by the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act, under Section 9 of Chapter 470, Acts of 1973, as amended, you are hereby notified that a hearing will be held tonight on the applications listed for September 9th, 1925. And this meeting is being handled remotely. We'd like to remind all applicants and audience members that we are an elected volunteer committee following the guidelines of the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act. And any applicant or interested party who is aggrieved by any decision of this committee, they have the right to appeal the decision to the Old Kings Highway Regional Historic Commission. And we ask that during this evening's proceedings, cell phones be turned off and conversations other than those before the committee take place outside of this meeting. And when an applicant is called, we ask that the applicant and all interested parties identify themselves. And lastly, as best practices for meetings that are held remotely, where we may not be able to visually identify who's speaking, we ask committee members and participants to identify themselves before making any motion or comments. And online audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing can use the raised hand button to notify the chair. And dial-ins audience members wishing to participate during this public comment section should press star 9 on their phones to notify the chair. So all participants will be muted and you must be recognized by the chair in order to participate. So our first order of business is for a roll call of the committee. So Leslie Wallace.
Here.
Ryan Caholen.
Here.
Wendy Schuck.
Here.
And Bette McCarthy. Here. So our first item on our agenda this evening is a continued application. And this application is for Patricia and Richard Leahy of 240 Parker Road, West Barnstable. And this applicant is requesting a continuance for the meeting on September 24th. So we need a motion to address this.
Okay, this is Wendy Schuck, and I move to continue the certificate of appropriateness application for Richard and Patricia Leahy, 240 Parker Road, West Barnstable, map 176, parcel 015, built 1952, to the Zoom meeting scheduled for September 24th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And we need a roll call vote on that. Wendy Schuck.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy. Aye. All right. So we'll move on to our next application. And it's for Elizabeth King and Kyle Evanco of 211 Boulder Road, Barnstable, map 315, parcel 037, and built in 1986. and they wish to convert an existing garage space into living space and to construct the right side addition for a new two-car garage. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
Yep, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Okay, and a roll call vote on that. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Brian Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. All right, so we need the applicant now to discuss their project.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Steve Cook from Katuah Bay Design. I'm the project designer representing the Evancos tonight. So this project, as you see in the photograph, it's a traditional cape with a bow roof section of the main house and the garage. So the garage side on the left, we were going to turn that into a master bedroom suite with a small addition on the rear and a small shed roof addition on the rear. And then on the right-hand side of the house is going to be a mudroom, foyer, and living room addition, and then a two-car garage addition to the right of that. So if you look at my plan, so there's the left side where the garage is. It's going to be infill the wall with two windows. And then on the front, you can see where the main portion of the house where the front door was will go away and I'll turn into a window. And then on the right-hand side, there'll be a little covered porch with a door and two windows, with a shed roof, and then a main living room addition on the back with a chimney, and then a new two-car garage on the right-hand side. So all the exterior materials gonna match what's there, typical 1x6 corner boards, the rake boards to match up, all from AZEK. Anderson windows. We have a 6-light paneled door. The garage doors are paneled. Siding will be natural, and then and the decking will be TimberTech on the covered porch. Now, the applicants asked for one change on the rear is to extend the rear deck out another 6 feet. Which is right now it's 10 feet out, so they want to go to 16. And then they were talking about moving the garage position forward 4 more feet. So those are the couple last minute changes. It really doesn't change the exterior much. I might end up placing a couple windows on the right-hand side. If you can go that, Erica. So you see where the chimney is on the right-hand side? You scroll back up there, Erica. A little bit more on the right-hand side. Yeah, the right elevation. Yeah, so there you go. So where the garage, you have 2 small awning windows in the garage. If that garage moves to the left 4 feet, then I'm going to pop in a window on either side of that chimney. So those were the only last minute changes to this plan. So with that, I'll take any questions from the members.
All right. Well, we're going to ask the committee to make some comments. Wendy, would you like to comment on this project?
Yeah, so I have a few questions, a few comments. So, I went through the neighborhood. There's a lot of mixed architecture there. It's not on a scenic road. I will say, in my opinion, I think the house with the addition kind of loses some of the charm it had. And it's very long and horizontal right now. And it's a little bit hard from this front elevation, I think, to really appreciate what it's going to look like because we can't see the depth, right, with the garage coming out, that roof line with that addition in the back. It's kind of hard. I think a site plan would have been very helpful for us to kind of see how it is all oriented. I think it's just kind of hard to envision it. So that's one. again, I do think it's very horizontal. The kind of the main entry is now shifted over to the right. It's not in the middle. And I presume the additions won't have the bowed roof like the original house has.
Correct. Yep.
That's, I
Right.
know, probably a fairly complicated thing. Um, let's see.
Yeah, as you can see from the side elevations, Wendy, there is, jogs. I know
Yeah,
it looks long from the front elevation, but there is a lot of jogs and angles.
yeah,
So the
yeah,
garage is protruding forward. You know, the I retained the corner boards of the existing left side corner boards and of the main body of the house. So I
yeah.
try not to lose those corner boards.
Right. And what's the before and after square footage? Do you know off the top of your head?
Let's see if I can try to find it.
I know the house currently is pretty small, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so existing building is the footprint's 1,340, and then we're adding another
okay,
1,624 square feet. So, adding quite a bit to it. So,
okay.
footprint wise, so.
Yeah. Um, if we can go back to the front elevation, please, Erica. So the garage doors, will you be putting in something with some, little lights on the front? I think the solid panel is probably not the most attractive look on the garage doors.
Oh yeah, to have that's just my default
Yeah,
type of
yeah, I
door without
figured. Yeah,
knowing what the clients want. But yeah, I can talk to the clients. We can, you know, either dress up the door with windows or try to go with a carriage house style door or something
yeah.
like that. Um, we can make that adjustment.
Yep, that would be nice. So this garage then, it's pulled out quite a bit, I think, in your diagram, but it's going to come out like another 4 feet. Is that what,
Yes.
yeah?
Yep. Yep.
And then that porch, will that be like have a little fence on it? Not fence, but yeah,
Railing.
yeah,
Yeah.
railing. Thank you.
Oh,
That's the
right,
word.
yeah.
Railing.
It doesn't need it by code.
Okay. No, no, no.
Um,
I'm just asking if,
yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't need it. Yep, just
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, again, I think it would be, it's just hard to tell really what it's going to look like on, kind of a one-dimensional scheme because there's a lot going on here, with a lot of new stuff, especially that addition in the back. It's hard for me to envision like what that roof line is going to look like. Um, so
Okay.
that, yeah,
So would the site plan help out then?
I think it would help out a little. Yeah, I think it would help out a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that's it for me, Bet.
All right. Thank you, Wendy. Leslie, what are your comments?
Yeah, I agree with Wendy with the garage doors, light or something. Either, the lights up above or lights in the garage doors, I think would look better. Now, the garage is coming out 4 feet.
Yeah, 4 feet more. Yeah.
Yeah, to the front.
To the front, yes,
Yeah,
towards the street. Right now it's
okay,
out 6'6", so we're going to be 10'6". So,
okay. See, that's where this is hard to envision, I think, because it just looks all flat looking at it. I'm trying to envision it with being bumped out that far. I'm glad you are. I think that will add to it and not make it look so long and endless.
okay.
Um, the door. Uh, and it would make no sense to put the door back where it was, kind of even it, looking at the front.
Yeah, no, the clients requested the door to be moved to
Okay,
the right because they were changing that whole, the front entry is
yeah,
really tight when you walk in the front door, the
yeah,
stairway's right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
And they were changing that whole living room out to
yeah.
something different.
Okay, I
So,
get it.
yeah, that's a reason.
Uh, well, the garage doors, something with light and bumped out. I think that would look better, but see, it's hard to just envision it because it looks so flat now. Um, mm,
So would a site plan help out to
yeah,
give you a
probably.
little more depth so
Because
you can
it's
see
very
the,
hard to envision. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And Steve, one other question. So where that little porch is going to go in the front, you know, where the door is.
Yep.
So that is set in from that other section with the one window on it to the right. Is that
Sure.
it? Those are all different planes, right?
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
main plane
Okay.
of the house where the two windows are on the left and that single window in the small section, they're on the same plane and the porch is stepped back 4 feet.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
that roof line carries all the way across at the same
Yeah.
elevation.
Okay.
If you want, I could step it back in, another, 6 inches or something, give it a little more definition, but
No, I think it's just good that it's set back, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It look, you know, you have that corner board in there, I guess, to kind of delineate it. I just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to lose that corner board.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Wendy. And thank you, Leslie. Ryan, would you like to comment, please?
So I agree with other comments. I think a site plan for something this um, broad would have been helpful to submit. Agree that something to break up the front face. I get that there's some depth, but I like the idea. I think Leslie talked about maybe the addition of some transom windows, transom lights above the garage doors, just to break that front face up. Um, just because that peak is kind of imposing. But I also, just to highlight the location, I mean it's not quite at the very end, but it's pretty close. So I don't. If this was to go forward tonight, I don't take any exceptions. I would enjoy seeing a site plan though, if I'm being totally honest. So, um, but yeah, I think beyond that, um, I think it's appropriate.
All right, thank you, Ryan. This is Pat McCarthy. Um, I think when you look at the front of this addition, it looks like it's heavily weighted on the right side. And that addition on the left side looks kind of lonely. um, I wondered if there could be something in between those two windows, perhaps some kind of a trellis or something to break up that space um, on the very left side, right in
Okay.
there. There's something to break that up. I think that would be helpful, um, and for a better balance. But
Okay.
again, it as Ryan mentioned, it's a little bit off the beaten path there, and it's almost at the end. So, and it also is a neighborhood with a lot of eclectic, different colonial designs, capes. Um, so it's not critical, but I do think breaking that up would make a much more balanced look at the front of the building because it's all weighted to the right. So especially by bringing that garage out even further, it's going to be a little lopsided in my estimation.
Okay.
The
Do-
other thing is, I think it's always helpful for us to have an aerial view of looking down um, at the property to be able to um, assess how, although you've given us the right and the left viewpoints, it's helpful to look down and to be able to see how far back um, the different sections of a house are. But that's just a suggestion. So would they be willing to put something in between that left addition there, in between the two windows, something to break that up?
would shutters help out for the
Shutters definitely would help, yes.
instead of a trellis if we place shutters on the front of the house?
Yeah,
Yeah, right now there are shutters there on two of the front windows.
yes.
I chose to leave them off because for this point because there was so many different windows and they were double windows, but um we can put shutters on that and that would dress up the front of the house.
Um, I definitely agree. That would be that would make a big difference.
Right. And that shutters on all the windows in front, Steve?
Yes,
Yeah.
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 I think it would give it a cozier look. So
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
looking at something so long.
Right. And the
Might break,
garage.
that might
Yeah.
break it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, okay, so you guys leaning towards a continuance to have updated plans and look at all this
Well,
before you make a
uh,
final, or should I just make the changes and submit them back to Eric?
well, if it's just shutters um, and a trellis,
And the
I,
garage,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it because I'd have to try to get the site plan from the surveyor.
all right.
That's been it's trying to get that. So all these things on the list because we want change the garage doors, mention site plan. I have to move the garage out 4 more feet and lengthen the deck on the rear, but and then shutters, and then you're looking for a roof plan so you can like if you're flying above so you can see the different roof lines. Is that
No, the bump outs.
Yeah.
see the
I
bump
think,
out?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I think a site plan would do it, right? Because you'd be able to see, where the
Right.
jut outs are and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Um, so two options. One, we can continue to 24th and I can resubmit plans, or I can just submit plans to Erica. What's typically that
All right.
this committee does?
What committee, what are your opinion about that, whether to continue it or accept the changes that are recommended?
I would accept the changes as recommended and just move forward. I mean, honestly, I'll just go back to the point that I raised earlier. That this house is very off the beaten path.
Right.
So, would we object to it otherwise? Probably not. So, I
Okay.
would be fully in favor of taking a vote tonight.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Ryan. Leslie.
Yeah, I want to just end with the garage windows. Are they going to be above or part of the garage?
Um, Either or. I'll speak with the clients and see, what their thoughts are. If they want to have windows in the doors, we can do it that way. If not, well, I'll put a transom above. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking the transom might spice things up, but something there that I'd like changed.
Okay.
I think the shutters are a good idea and it'll, make it more, I don't know, classic Cape Cod, maybe. I don't know, but
Yep.
I'd go along with that. If
All
there's
right. Well,
windows either above or windows in the garage doors and the shutters, I can deal with it.
okay. So Leslie, you're agreeable to just accept
Yeah.
those changes and not
Yep.
continue.
Yeah.
Okay. And Wendy, what is your opinion about?
Yeah, I agree. I would be happy if those changes were made. I don't think I would suggest any other changes. So we have the transom lights above the garage door and or windows in the garage door and shutters on the front of the house, right? Those are the two changes. Yeah. Did I get them all?
Yeah, and I'm just going to make the footprint changes as requested by the
Yeah.
Right.
clients too. So, yeah.
Okay.
And there'll be two new windows on the right elevation, either side of the chimney. So,
Okay.
but that's facing out into woods.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right. Okay. I think we have a consensus there. And so now we need to see if there are any members of the public wishing to comment.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone wishing to comment on this item at this time.
All right, so we need to close the public hearing.
Yep, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion to accept this application with the changes that are recommended.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Kyle Evanco and Elizabeth King, 211 Boulder Road, Barnstable, map 315, parcel 037, built 1986, with the following modifications. One, to add either a transom light above the garage doors or windows in the garage door, shutters on the front, 2 new windows on the side of the garage, and the garage to be moved out an additional, how many feet, Steve?
4 feet.
4 feet? 4
4 feet,
feet.
yeah.
Yep. Otherwise as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. All right. So thank you.
Okay.
This will be good to move forward. So,
Great.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Nice to
Steve.
see everybody. Have a good evening.
Bye.
all right.
Aye.
All right. Our next application is for Lawrence Plotkin, trustee of 39 Harris Meadow Road, Barnstable, map 279, parcel 070, built in 1992. And it's a full property landscaping makeover, including fencing and retaining walls. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need the applicant or their representative to please make their presentation.
Hi, my name is Caleb Sims. I'm with Outerland, and we are representing Lawrence Plotkin. And so, as noted, we're looking to fully renovate the property, the exterior of the property. The client's overall goal has always been to make his house fit better into his neighborhood. It's beautiful, beautiful neighborhood. And he wants to add a little privacy and kind of raise the aesthetic by adding some stonework and more plantings, and not just kind of have the very open yard that he has now. So that's our goal on the project. That is, just for awareness, this plan that is included within the PDF is truncated a little bit. So I did include a full size set as an attachment as well. But there's nothing significant that I'm aware of truncated off of this plan. But, we are, so we are going to do a bunch of removal of some existing fence in the front yard, and existing plantings around the yard. We're going to install a wall where there's a natural, significant gradient change. Really, we're actually not changing the grade, but just retaining it. We're going to install some patios and a fire pit. And we're going to install to the left of the existing driveway a turf stone driveway, which is designed to limit the appearance of the driveway and make it kind of blend in and be more subtle. Then we're going to do some fencing. We have a screening fence going around the back and a and kind of a dog fence in the front. And then we're going to do a bunch of plantings. I can walk through each of those items in a little bit of detail as we go through what exactly materials we're proposing for each one. But if anybody has any questions before I do that, I'll take a moment.
All right. Wendy, would you like to start?
Sure. Can you review for me, like on this map, like where things are going? I'm not great at,
Yeah,
not that familiar
absolutely.
with There's got a
Yeah.
lot on here. Yeah.
Yep, there's a ton. So, the major retaining wall that we're talking about, is to the left of your driveways there, kind of to the left
Okay.
of the house. You'll see it kind of running, and then it's got some steps in it.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
runs, turns, and runs parallel to the house there.
Okay.
There's an existing grade change there that is the height that we're doing. It's incredibly steep grade change there. And you can probably see it a little bit in the existing pictures. So all we're trying to do there is make that more presentable and give some access in a comfortable way with some stairs. What you see just to the right of that there, that is the turf stone driveway that we're talking about. So these are also often referred to as grass paving. So our goal here is to have a permeable driveway that is also very low presence, something that can be used intermittently for parking, but they didn't want like this huge driveway in front of the house. The driveway to the right of that is existing to remain as is. As we move plan east here, you'll see a new walkway replacing the the walkway that's there now. And then also here, kind of hard to see because it kind of blends in with our planting line here, but there is a fence that comes, it's probably easy to see on the right side there where the gate is, but it comes down towards the lot line there and runs just behind those plantings. And then there's another gate that comes across there. I did see that that was mislabeled in our submission because we changed it. They had originally requested a PVC fence to be in compliance here and to stick with the aesthetic that we were going for. That is where we will see the cedar framed welded wire. A low profile fence that's kind of designed to disappear into the landscaping around it. As we continue to the plan east there, you will see at the end of the house, they have an existing raised patio. This raised patio, yep, that's the existing raised patio. That existing patio is one of the reasons we're using the masonry choices we are. It's a ledge stone, which is kind of the stacked stone look style wall. And so that's why we're doing ledge stone style veneer for both our fire pit here and our wall. There's a couple steps down from that down to the addition patio here that we're going to add with a fire pit. And bluestone, the goal of all the plantings around the perimeter is to create some level of screening and privacy here. So we're hoping this isn't going to be super visible while still trying to maintain some views out towards Barnstable Harbor. They do have a pretty good elevation drop there. So they should be able to see over without while also screening the road a little bit. If we head up plan north a little bit, if you can scroll up for me just a touch, we have some bluestone steppers. They go around back to a rear patio, which is pretty much not at all visible from the road, as well as the proposed pergola and hot tub they're going to do there that are really not at all visible from the road. They're screened pretty much entirely. But we did include, there's a 6-foot fence that's going to run. It's kind of hidden behind the plantings here, but right along the property line is where the stockade fence is going to go, picked up at the end of that, where it says generator. If you go slightly, the generator's on the north side of the plan. north of this existing retaining wall here. There's a generator. Yep. And then this fence goes kind of along the property line back here, heading, going that direction. Yep. So basically from the generator plan west is where it's going to run. A bunch of invasive stuff is back there now, and vine, and that they want to remove, and so we're gonna kind of replace the screening with a fencing there.
Okay, so can you just clarify, so which fence, so that the kind of the taller wood fence, that one, yeah, right there, that
Yep.
one is going, yeah, that one's going on the back of the property line?
Correct.
Okay, and only on the back of the property line?
Correct. This, if
Okay.
you scroll up just a touch, this cedar framed welded wire is what's going to be in the front of the property.
Okay, so can you tell me what you mean by the front of the property? Is it just that one little area by the?
Yeah, correct. It's basically from the drive. From there over and up. Yep, correct. So
Okay.
that one row of plantings will be between the driveway and the fence, and then it's that area which is to give their dog a place to roam.
Okay, so the rest of the front of the property won't be fenced. It will just have all the nice plantings out there.
Correct. There is a fence shown on this plan. We are not submitting it. They no longer want to install it.
Okay, great. I guess my only comment, my preference would be where this fence is, the one with the wire, is that would go inside of the plantings instead of outside of it to hide it even more. That would be my preference. Otherwise, I think the materials are appropriate. I think the driveway solution there is very clever. I've seen that before and it does kind of hide. You can't really even notice it's a driveway. So I think otherwise, I think the materials are appropriate and it's a very nice plan.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Wendy. Leslie, what are your comments?
You're on mute, Leslie, I think.
Leslie?
Excuse me, of allergies. Excuse me. Being a dog lover, I hate to even say it, but the dog fence, that's what you'd see from the road.
Yes.
I'm kind of confused in where that's going. Okay, I think I got it. All right, move down.
Yeah, there.
Where the front door is, should come out the front door and like to the left, or that whole part there is going to be where the dog fence is.
Yep. It was just
And
traced
that
beautifully. Yep.
Yeah, you see that from the street.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very low profile fence. It's not, it's designed to be unobtrusive, and I think it is better on the other side of the plantings there.
Yeah, I was saying, Leslie, to put it on the inside of the plantings to kind of mask it.
Will the plantings kind of hide it a bit?
Yep, that's the idea.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is an interesting, not the easiest thing to follow, but it's a very interesting layout. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Leslie. Ryan, would you like to comment?
Sure. I agree with everything I've heard. I think that fence that would be facing Harris Meadow, I think that fence has to go behind the plantings. So they're between the front of the house and the plantings. Provided we can accomplish that, I take no exception to the rest.
Okay. All right. Ryan, I think you're muted now.
What, Ryan, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I think it's his headphones.
Oh,
How about now?
That's better.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. A little technical
Okay.
backfired. Yeah, I agree with what I've heard. I take no exception, except for that dog fence that would be directly facing Harris Meadow Lane. That fence would have to go between the front of the house and the row of plantings. So provided that the fence was behind the plantings, the rest of it I'm good with.
All right. All right. Thank you then.
Thank you.
This is Bette McCarthy. I think committee have worthwhile comments. I like the move. I appreciate the moving of the fence to the inside of the plantings, the dog fence. And I think my only question is the height of the plantings that are running along the road. I believe there's some paniculata hydrangea, the limelight,
Mm-hmm.
and what are the smaller green?
I'm gonna have to pull up the plan on my end and take a peek. Give me a second and I will get you that information.
I think it says compact inkberry. Is that right? Says it right on the
Yeah,
plan.
I'm getting some support from a colleague here, Inkberry.
I don't know
Okay.
what that is. So is that small? Is that a small shrub or?
Depending on the variety, it can be large. Once again, I might get more help from my colleague here, but depending on like inkberry can grow up to 6 to 8 feet. But
okay.
varieties are also smaller, but it's a native common to the area. Super common, not massive.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's a
Well,
compact inkberry, so yeah, it'll be shorter.
plantings along a road should be 4 feet or below.
Mhm.
You know, what they grow to at some point is only controlled by nature. So
Yep.
yeah, so that would be the height, and so those plants would not be higher than 4 feet. Is that correct?
Yeah. They'll be
Okay.
short. So 4 feet when planted. Yeah, they'll be short in 4 feet.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I think it's an attractive, appropriate layout for the property and the location that it's fitting within the neighborhood there on Harris Meadows. So I don't have any other comments other than that. I'd like to know if there's anybody, any members of the public, any neighbors or anybody wishing to comment on this.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
All right, so then we would need to close the public comment section.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
All right,
Second, Leslie Wallace.
thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So now we need to proceed with a motion.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Lawrence J. Plotkin, trustee, 39 Harris Meadow Road, Barnstable, map 279, parcel 070, built 1992, with one modification to put plantings on the Harris Meadow Road side of the dog fence, otherwise as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. All right. So we're all set to go ahead with your digging.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Our next application is for Richard and Susan Bloom, 2644 Main Street, Barnstable, map 258, parcel 006. and this home was built in 1840, and they wish to install a flush-mounted solar system on the west side of the property. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you, and a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. All right, so is the applicant available to discuss their project?
My name is Shauna Cardenas. I'm from Marshfield, Massachusetts. The applicant is online in the meeting, but they asked that I introduce the project. I helped them apply for this about a year ago, so I'm the former agent. I don't no longer work for Beacon Solar, but I'm here to represent the project. Susan and Richard would like to install the 10.4 kW system. It offsets almost all of the energy that they use. We utilize the most efficient roofs on their property. As this color mapping document kind of gives you an idea, I think Erica's bringing it up. So we looked for the most efficient roofs that they had on their property and set up a design in order to give them the maximum amount of energy. This would be a flush mount, low profile, edge to edge, installed solar system, matte black panels, very tight, very clean. At the previous hearing, which I believe was in December, I unfortunately had to miss because of an emergency, and I think the Blooms had trouble getting online in time. So I think Pete represented the project. And so the homeowners tonight would like the chance to speak on their behalf, but I'm here to talk about the design. It's minimally, briefly visible from the highway as you're passing. It's on the second story. So really the only portion that is seen, when I check this out myself, is that first roof that you can see closest there. It's on the second story, and because of the tree to the to the lower side, there's just a moment where you can see it. It's very brief. It's well camouflaged. I'm aware of two other properties that are on this road within a mile or so that do have systems that are minimally visible as well. I think the Unitarian Church is one of them.
Oh.
So the reason that the homeowners really would like to do this is because this will save them a tremendous amount of money over time. I don't know if you guys are familiar with solar, but I help them do the calculations based on how much energy they're using, how much money they're spending. And so this would easily save them $250,000 over the next few decades. So it gives them control over their costs. And as I think semi-retired people, that's an important thing. They have more dollars in their pocket that they can use in the local economy. So they were motivated, I think, by economics, but also the environment. Like I said, this generates about 12,000 kilowatt hours per year, give or take, depending on the season, right? And sunny or rainy. It saves 185 acres forest, 5,774 trees being planted, 241,896 pounds of coal. That's according to like the EPA's measurement. So it's a big deal what they're doing. And it seems, I get what the purpose of your committee is. You want to maintain a look and a feel, and I'm all for that. But this is somewhat different than worrying about the color of someone's door. It's so for them it's a really important economic decision. There really isn't somewhere else to relocate the panels. If we could go back to what the actual design is, that's not this one, that would give them what they need. And building a ground mount and those kind of things, I don't think are viable alternatives. It's a lot more money for them to do. And so if they are able to build a solar system, then they control their electricity. They're also purchasing batteries, so they have their own power, Cape Cod and weather events. This makes a resilient citizen. So the other urgency is, if you're aware of the one big beautiful budget bill that got passed this summer, it totally changed the tax credits for homeowners.
Oh,
If they
yeah.
do not get a system installed and turned on by the end of the year, then they can't get the 30% tax credit. So it's a really big deal that, hopefully you'll discuss and approve this design tonight. Any little hiccups because of the process needed with the utility and other permitting, and when you install and things have to come back, Eversource has to come back and do put in a new meter. In order for them to meet those requirements, it really needs to happen. It really would be great if you could do it by this meeting. And so I'd be happy to discuss the process, just so you know, it really could take until the end of the year. And it's a significant amount of money that they could get back, the 30%. So, like I said, it's a well-designed system. It's very clean. It's flush mounts, black on black panels. They're matte, very minimally visible as you drive by. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, now we'll have the committee comments. Wendy, would you like to discuss the layout?
Yeah, my thoughts are the same as they were the first time, we looked at this proposal. I'm fine with the panels on, roof 4, roof 3, and roof 2, but not on roof 1. Um, that house is close to the road. There is a tree now that's got a lot of leaves on it that does camouflage that roof a little bit, but those leaves will be disappearing soon and will be visible from the road. So, I am not in favor of the roof 1 solar panels, but the other ones I think would be fine. I think those are very well hidden and really can't be seen from the road.
All right, thank you, Wendy. Ryan, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I agree with Wendy 100%. I'm fine with 4, 3, and 2, but roof 1, um, despite being slightly visible, it's also on the most important road, I think, in the district when we talk about preservation. Also, the fact that it's not symmetrical. What is visible, and that for me makes it even tougher to swallow. So, yeah, I think if roof 1 remains part of the design, I just don't see how I could agree.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
Did I say that design, there's a chimney there, and that's why that's designed as it is. Just,
right,
I didn't mention about that, the design on that portion.
Yeah,
And maybe that's what you're meaning, but I just wanted to point out that there is a chimney there that
yeah,
occupies some of that space.
I
Not drawn to
understand that.
scale. Yeah,
Yeah,
not drawn to
I
scale right there.
yeah, I understand that, but symmetry is pretty important when you talk about solar arrays in a historic district.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Leslie, what are your comments?
Yeah, well, I'm only interested in how it looks historically. And I can't go with the first roof either. And I believe the shingles are a medium colored gray or lighter to medium. It'll be more noticeable unless, yeah, that's light. It'll be more noticeable unless you do all the roofs, re-roof it in black or dark gray. So no, I won't go with this with the front part solared.
All right, thank you, Leslie. This is Bette McCarthy, and my comments regarding this is I feel the solar array on the rear part of the buildings is okay, and again, a tree blocks the main portion of the house right now, but shortly that will be totally visible, and I do not feel it's appropriate for an antique house or any property on historic 6A. We need to maintain that historic quality. Even though one may or may not have comments regarding solar, I believe the historic integrity is the issue here, and that's what we, in my estimation, we must maintain. So we now need to see if there's any members of the public wishing to comment on this.
This is Erica Brown. I know, Susan, did you want to make any comments before we proceed?
Yeah,
Yes, my husband and I wrote something that we would like to present.
if you could give me the honor of just reading, how we feel that it would be aesthetically fine using roof one. But as residents of Old Kings Highway District, we are supportive of the need to retain the historic feeling of the area. As residents of Cape Cod, we are also aware of the strong need to make decisions that protect the long-term health and resiliency of the region. With this balance in mind, we work to move towards renewable solar power, a transformation that will support our region. By using low-profile panels oriented for maximal efficiency, we also work to minimize visual impact and mirror other similar installations along 6A, such as the Crane residence, known as the Packet Mail, and the Unitarian Church. As you are aware, we are neither the first nor alone in moving toward a path that supports both historic needs and a low carbon future. Our project is consistent with both other projects and larger regional goals. Barnstable faces ongoing environmental challenges, including rising sea levels and severe weather. We all need to be part of a solution that includes reducing our carbon production. A move to solar energy offers a concrete step in that direction. By supporting the use of solar energy on houses such as ours, the Old Kings Highway District can lead by example in sustainable living. It also aligns with state, county, and town goals to adopt clean, renewable energy and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. In our own backyard, we have seen the impact of rising waters and are acutely aware that we need to adapt and adopt solutions such as solar in order to sustain the historic district. Our ancestors made the same choices as they built their homes, using the best options they had available for heating and cooling. We aren't changing history, but instead are following in the footsteps of those who came before, working to preserve and protect this special place. Modern solar technology allows for low-profile, historically sensitive installations that comply with local preservation guidelines. In our installation, we choose options that are least visible but most effective. The sun and its angles define the placement of the system so that the least number of panels could produce the maximum amount of power. All along, we worked to balance both history and our future. By investing in solar energy, we and the Old Kings Highway District can work together to preserve our historic charm while embracing a sustainable future. This blend of tradition and innovation positions our area as a model for other historic coastal communities. And I just want to say that to see the top of that roof on 6A driving 35 miles an hour, you'd be likely to hit a tree trying to look at our roof. If I walk on the road and try and look at the rooftop, it is very difficult to see. So you are nixing a project by not letting us use that roof one. And I'm not sure that I want to proceed with installing a system that doesn't give us the power that we need. I think you're making a short-sighted decision to deny this design the way it is. It will impact solar energy.
I don't know if any of you four members were on the committee when we applied last time, but two of the committee members last time, it was Dave Munsell and Carrie Beers, both agreed that the third story roof, which is the original part of the house, the highest part of the house, is the least visible. The other parts of the house that go further back are more visible from the road. And if you're saying that the solar panels should not be on a historic house, then you should say that they shouldn't be on Packet Landing, because I can see it walking now in the summer. I can see every single one of their solar panels. When I drive by the Unitarian Church, I see every one of those solar panels facing 6A, not facing the west, but facing 6A. So I think for you to deny this because you don't like where we're placing it, it has no basis.
All right, thank you for your comments. This is Bette McCarthy, and I believe the committee that exists today is the same committee that made the decision at the last time you applied. There are other alternatives. You can also think about a pergola, thinking about there's some other ways that you might be able to address this situation where you could get more panels rather than putting it on the front portion of your building. So perhaps you could consider that for a future
That option is a very expensive option. We have looked into that, and that is a very expensive option.
Well, that is your
We absolutely
prerogative.
did.
So
We did
thank you.
absolutely did explore all the other options, and for them not being able to use, if you can hear me okay, not being able to use that portion of the roof is going to bring them down. I don't have the numbers exactly in front of me, but in the low 60% reduction for their electric bill. So we looked at all their other roofs where they have trees, you know, ground mounts. There just are no viable options that can give them what they need in an affordable sort of way.
Well, thank you very much.
So I would love an explanation as to how the Unitarian Church can have solar panels facing Route 6A, which is the historic route.
Pardon me. This is Bette McCarthy. It's what this committee deems appropriate for this application for tonight. We do not look at what has happened in the past.
No, but you have set precedent by allowing it to be put on Route 6A. You have set precedent that it's okay to have solar facing 6A. We're not asking to have it facing 6A. We're asking to have it on a roof that is the least visible roof line that we have.
Thank you for your comments. All right. This is Bette McCarthy. I think now the committee will take a vote on the application. May we have a motion regarding this application?
Do we need to close the public hearing first, Bette? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
We need a motion to close the public hearing.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion on the application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to disapprove the certificate of appropriateness application for Susan and Richard Bloom, 2644 Main Street, Barnstable, map 258, parcel 006, built 1840 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
We move to disapprove, so my response is aye.
Would you repeat that, Brian?
The motion was made to disapprove, so my response is aye.
All right. Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So let's move on to our next application. And it's for Kathleen Cochran, 59 Locust Lane, Barnstable, map 319, parcel 115, built in 1972. And that is to do a first floor addition to both sides of the front. And we need to open a public hearing.
This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy, aye. So now we need to have the applicant discuss their project.
Sorry, I'm just unmuting myself. Keith Mackenzie Betty. I'm a local architect here in Barnstable. This is for a lovely couple, Jack and Kate, in Locust Lane. The house, I don't know whether you visited it or not. It's in some disrepair and it's quite a small house, but it's a lovely lot and a lovely location. So Jack and Kate are older, and they're looking to rearrange the house so they can have family, and also they can age in the house. And we've gone through several designs, some of which were 2-story, occupying a smaller footprint. But after a lot of discussion, we've come up with this L shape, which goes in front of the building. And I've literally stolen it from another building that's on Sandy Neck. So when I'm out in my little boat looking at the houses on Sandy Neck, there's a house called the Big House over there. And it has this wraparound at the front of it. And what we're able to do is to increase the floor space for the living area, which is in the center of this. And what we're also able to do is to add a room, which on the drawing you're looking at is on the left-hand side, which is a multi-function room, really. It's where the kids are going to be camping when they come down. But it's also a room that the couple could age into later. And then on the right-hand side of the drawing you're looking at the moment is going to be a dining room. What we've done with the rear behind the dining room is to put a patio in, and we're going to point the chimney, and we're going to have an indoor-outdoor gas fireplace, and that's going to be a more private space to meet. One of the reasons we didn't want to develop in this area is, if you've seen the site, it's got quite a nice rock wall, and there's a private area behind it, which they exercise the dog in, the kids play in. It's a little further back from the road. I didn't want to build on it. I felt it was better for them to just capture that space. So what we've done is gone with a 1-story wraparound, and effectively the whole house is going to be restored. It's been a request from their insurers that they renovate the house, and they want to take the opportunity to renovate and expand the house. This is the rear of the house, just showing how it spreads out there. There's only a very small distance at the rear of the house. And then this is the side facing the trees, which will be the new sort of breakout room. But from the front, the scale is really quite nice, the way it sits down and wraps around. And what we've tried to do is to keep the existing exposed rafters, the rafter tails as they stick out on the house. And we're going to do that around most of the sides, except for the center portion, which steps forward. And then we've used a more traditional trim boards on there, and the little light over the top, which casts a shadow inside the house, sort of telling you the time of the day on the floor. And then there's a small railing in front with a couple of lights, which should look quite cute on the house. I think it's going to be reshingled. It is currently a shingle house, so we're going to reuse natural cedar shingles. And then the trim on the windows, we've gone with the Nantucket style, the cross style, 2/2 throughout the house. All the windows will be replaced on the house. I think that might be it.
All right. All right, thank you. Let's have some committee comments on this. Ryan, would you like to discuss the proposed changes and renovation on this house?
Sure, I think it's a very interesting approach. I'm familiar with the house that was referenced on Sandy Neck, so I've seen what it looks like in the end. The existing structure, so you did mention that it was in some state of deferred maintenance. Is it in good enough condition where you can do this work, or will you have to make any modifications to the existing?
Structurally, it is sound, the building at the moment. There's been investigation into the shingles, and the shingles are in terrible condition. Some of the windows are rotted on the house at the moment. So the only change we'd make to the existing is to actually install a beam. And you'd probably have to look at the plan. But where the living room's going to be increased in size, we're going to put a beam across there. And so the first floor front wall will not be there. It's effectively moved forward as we expand the house. But apart from that, the existing house remains. We're building round it.
Okay. And do we have an actual site plan? It might have been at the very beginning. Eric, if you could scroll to that.
So Locust Lane, you'll see at the bottom of drawing where it's named, that's the road there. And so what we're doing, we're going right up to the setback line on oh, sorry, it's my arrow, not Erica's arrow. So there you go. The setback on that side where I think it's 15 feet down the side. So we've gone to that side because it's the darker, less used side, and the other side, and we've wrapped around from there just to leave more space really between the two houses, the next door house that's along from there, rather than build on that right-hand side as we look at this plan.
So this is the existing site plan.
It is.
Right, okay.
I think we put I think we put one in of the proposed. There certainly is one. Perhaps if you look at those plans of mine on A1, and we can zoom out a little bit. And also, I think there's some existing on there. There's existing. So this is that plan that you were just looking at. Yeah, that's it. PDFs are terrible for jumping different sizes. So you have my sympathies, Erica.
There we go.
So if you look at EX1 first, Erica, if you can get any closer, you'll see the shape, the current sort of L shape. And what there was in the center there where it says kitchen and dining, that was the original house. And the long building at the back was a garage once upon a time. And it was built by Kate's father. That has stopped being a garage many years ago. It's refurbished. There's a very nice little family room in there and some bathrooms, which were done about 20 years ago. And so for just a couple living in this house, it's quite pleasant. But once any members of family come, it's overrun as a house. So that's where we started from with this project. And then it's the opportunity to expand and also give Jack and Kate the opportunity to age in this house on one level, which is not an unusual thing, a request that I get quite often from clients.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I understand what you're trying to accomplish. I do really wish there was a site plan, you know, in more of the traditional speak, as I'd like to see how this configuration fits on that lot. In particular, how everything is being sort of sided to the, I guess that would be the southern portion of the lot. But you know, aside from that, we're going to be changing the roof. I don't think I have any other questions.
Yeah, I've kept the hip roof on the two sides, which is what it's got on the roof currently. And then I've made it a gable in the middle just to break up the monotony of the length of the new front elevation.
Thank you. Nothing more from me.
All right. All right, Ryan, are you, did that conclude your comments?
Yep, nothing more from me.
Okay. Leslie, would you like to comment?
Yes, I'm really intrigued. I think I like the look of it and how you got around making something lovely out of the original home. I think it's unique. I like it. What's with the is it a light above the front door?
It is. I'm going to try and persuade them to use colored glass in there, just so when that goes on the new floor, when the sun shines through it, it could be really spectacular. But
Yeah,
yes, and that whole front area will be cathedraled when you walk into it.
yeah. Well, all right by me.
All right. Thank you, Leslie. Wendy.
Yeah, so I went down there actually a couple times, and there certainly is a mix of little homes down there. Most of them are older, I think probably maybe 100 years old. Some have a little bit of the sort of, I guess, is this craftsman or a prairie house? Keith, what would you call it?
Yeah, it's very early craftsman. The
Yeah,
exposed tails on the rafters are the feature on the house.
yeah.
Apart from that, it's pretty ordinary.
Yeah. And I like that you carried those through. I guess the one part that I struggle with a little bit is the door. Like that front entryway to me just has maybe more of like a commercial feel. Like I feel like you're almost walking into like a restaurant or something. It doesn't feel residential to me. I don't know that it like fits the rest of the house. That would be,
The,
my one comment.
the reasoning behind it is when we add on to the front of the building, the center becomes a little bit dark.
Yeah.
And at one point, we had skylights on there, and they don't look right. And so we went for as much light as we could possibly get at the front, and that's the reason we've added the side lights and the fully glazed door.
Yeah. Because like, the craftsman homes, I don't think they would necessarily have that style door, maybe like some sort of,
No, the door that I originally had on, I if you look at the second floor windows that we're replacing up there, the door had one of those lights in it, a sort of smaller version of it, and then paneling down below. I wonder if we couldn't look at that, maybe putting that door in there, which would be very appropriate for the house. It wouldn't look alien at all.
right, right. And are those windows up on the second floor, are they a little smaller than the ones that are there now? They are,
Yes, they
right?
are.
Probably had to, right? Yeah.
And on the sides, they remain quite large, but at the front, we've reduced them just so we can get a little bit more pitch on the roof.
Okay. And so it will be shingled and architectural shingles on the roof and that
Yes,
sort
it
of
will.
thing. Yep. Yeah. That's the only thing is that the front entryway just I just don't think it kind of fits with that whole craftsman style, but I'd like to hear Bet your thoughts and
Okay, thanks, Wendy.
yep.
This is Bette McCarthy, and I happen to agree with Wendy. I think more of a craftsman style front door, um, perhaps with something imitating the two windows on the top floor, um, a door, something like that. If you could replace that door with a craftsman door.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I think I feel what you've shown us is very appropriate for the area, and fitting in with the craftsman style of the home. And again, on that street, there's a mix mash of different types of architecture.
Yeah.
It's very beachy look down
Mhm.
in there, very family beach oriented. So, but to keep that craftsman style, I think if that front door was changed,
I have exactly the door that I was describing. Has been on this building several times, and this is the latest iteration. I know exactly what Wendy's talking about, and I have the door. If you're okay, I can send that through to Erica, the door I'm thinking about, if you're liking what you see so far.
All right. All right, this is Bette McCarthy. I don't have any further comments. Let's see if there's any members of the public wishing to discuss.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
All right, so then we need to close the public hearing portion.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you, and a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So then we need a motion to approve this application.
Yeah, with one modification, the door. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that. Okay. All right. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Kathleen Cochran, 59 Locust Lane, Barnstable, map 319, parcel 115, built 1979, with one modification to include a more craftsman style door, otherwise as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy. Aye. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, all of you. Good to see you again.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Our next application is for Amy Loomis and Jeffrey Roseman, 52 Deer Jump Hill, West Barnstable, map 133, parcel 040, built in 1992. And that's to install 31 black roof mounted solar panels. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. All right. Is the applicant available?
Hi there. My name is Diane Addison. I'm here to represent the homeowners for this project. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry. Yeah, so nice to see you all. This is pretty straightforward. It is 31 all black panels on the front of the house on 52 Deer Jump. I tried to design the array to be as symmetrical as possible, and it's a pretty off the beat road. There's only 4 houses beyond this house on this cul-de-sac, and it's not really too much to it. Did you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Sure.
This is Bette McCarthy. When I visited the property, when I look at that photo, it has a gray roof, but when I visited the property, it was a black roof. So
yes, I had asked them to change it. Yep.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, this would qualify for an exemption.
Yeah, the roof was old enough to be in question, and just because it's good to pair the age of the roof with the warranty of the solar, we discussed that, and I suggested that the black moire roof was typically pretty acceptable with the historic committees, so that's what they went with.
Okay. All right. Could we have some committee comments regarding this? Wendy?
Yeah, I went by there. I agree. That was my notes. You know, it's in a remote area. I was pleased to see a new roof going on that's black. You know, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but
right.
you've got, I think is that a chimney
Yeah.
in the middle? Yeah. So I don't have any concerns about this.
Okay, thank you. Ryan?
I take no exception. I think the roof color really helps the case. I think the location certainly helps, and I think it meets the language of the exemption. So I take no exceptions.
All right, thank you. And Leslie?
Yes, I had to drive by twice because the roof color threw me off. I'm like, is this the right house? But having the black on black and especially the location, you're out in the sticks, so I have no problem with it at all.
All right,
Great.
thank you. And this is Beth McCarthy, and again, as I mentioned, I believe this qualified for a solar exemption. So let's see, are there any members of the public wishing to discuss this?
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
All right, so then we can close the public hearing portion.
Yep. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Beth McCarthy. Aye. So now we need a motion to approve the application.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Amy Loomis and Jeffrey Rossman, 52 Deer Jump Hill, West Barnstable, map 133, parcel 040, built 1992, as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
And Beth McCarthy. Aye. So you're good
Thank
to
you.
go forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
Good night
Good
now.
night.
So our next application is for Paul Heslinka of 1662 Hyannis Road, Barnstable, map 299, parcel 063, built in 1948. And it's to replace a single pane windows with Anderson double hung 400 series, reducing the window height for two of the windows and replacing the exterior door with fiberglass, street facing door style changed to 4 light and 4 panel. We need to open a public hearing.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Beth McCarthy. Aye. All right. So is the applicant available to discuss their project?
Yes, I am. My name is Paul Heslinga. I'm the property owner here at 1662 Hyannis Road. This is the first application that I'm putting before the Old Kings Highway, so hopefully I did everything right. I'd summarize this in sort of 3 different tasks for what I've submitted. In no particular order. The first one is changing out the exterior door for a fiberglass door, moving from a fan light to a 4-panel light. The door will remain a 4-panel structure as well, just to improve the weather tightness of the property. And the same is true for the second portion of the application, which is changing out the existing windows for an Anderson 400 series window across the first floor of the house. Are all single pane windows with old iron weights on the side. And then finally is switching out 2 of the windows on the right-hand side. We're currently looking at the house, the furthest window to the far right, shrinking the size of the window from a 57-inch window to a 37-inch window. And that's to accommodate having kitchen cabinets in that space. That's the kitchen portion of the property. So I tried my best to give you an idea of what it might look like from the road. The house sits back about 100 feet off of the main roadway, and I think this will maintain the aesthetics of the property and improve the property as a whole. That's really the summary that I have. I'm open to any questions and happy to discuss.
All right. Thank you. Committee comments. Leslie?
I like the door that you're proposing to use. Yes, that one. That I think is, more historic, and I think it'll look very nice on your house. By the way, you did a very good job. You should be proud of yourself. It's not easy. The little window, let me see. Let me get my brain wrapped around the little window. So that's your kitchen, and you want it's to accommodate cabinets.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. I'm wondering, could the window be centered? You see, there's more room on the right-hand side, but that's not a big deal. I'm just thinking, looking at it, making it smaller and centering it might be a little better. But if you can't do your cabinets, what's the sense?
Yeah, I think it's pretty well centered. It may be the angle of the picture that's being
Oh,
taken.
okay. All right. Okay. That it could be. Yep. All right. I like that door. I think that's a nice improvement. So I'm all set with this.
All right. Thank you, Leslie.
Wait a minute. Is the windows, is it 6/6?
There's two different styles. On the front, on either side of the door is 8/8, and the window in the kitchen would be 6/6. And it's going to
Okay.
maintain the double hung structure that's currently there.
Yeah, okay. All right.
All right. Thanks, Leslie. Wendy?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question about the windows, and I'm fine with the kitchen window, 6/6. The two front windows, you'll retain those 8/8. They'll be about the same size as the existing. Yeah.
That's correct.
I agree. I think the door is appropriate. And are you going to keep that? Is that painted white? It looks white. Yeah.
Yep. So the doors, the windows will be all white. The trim will stay white. It's going to be replaced with a PVC structure. And the intent is to maintain the look of the house, just small, minor changes.
Good. Yes, I have, no exceptions, no concerns.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Wendy. Ryan?
Only question, maybe it was mentioned, and I may have missed it. The current storm door that's on there, is that going to remain?
Yep. The storm door will go back on the house.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, I think a lot of historic window placement is kind of indicative of what you have as far as your kitchen window being inboard a little bit, whether it was for a coal bin or whatever the case may be. But I think it's set so far back. I don't take any exception. Nice job.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. And this is Bette McCarthy. What you proposed, I think, is appropriate for the property, the location, and I have no issues at all. So let's see if there are any members of the public wishing to comment.
This is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
All right, so then we need to close the public hearing portion of this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy. Aye. So now we need a motion for this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Paul Hesslinger, 1662 Hyannis Road, Barnstable, map 299, parcel 063, built 1948 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So thank you very much for your application and happy renovation.
Thank
All
you all
right.
very much. Have a
Yeah.
great
Did a
night.
good
Thank
job.
you.
All right. So for our agenda, there are no further applications. There's a minor modification and for this property, and there are two minor changes. And this is for Eric Livingston, 120 Pine Lane, Barnstable, map 278, parcel 006/001, built in 1834. And it's for the barn to reduce the size of the barn project, including removal of the dormer, removal of the back entry bump out, a 5-foot reduction on the east side, and one window removed, modify the shingle color to match the existing home. So I do not believe we need to open a public hearing. Is that correct?
This is Erica Brown. That is correct.
Okay, so why don't we have some committee comments regarding this one? Leslie?
Okay. Now, the windows, it's hard for me to see. I'm trying to get it up on my iPhone, but okay. But what's being replaced?
All right, so it's
all right. This is the new.
removing the dormer, the back
Yep.
entry bump out,
Yeah,
and one window was removed from what we approved
but
earlier.
it's the thing that I'm seeing now, the current thing that they want to do, or is this the old one?
Correct, Leslie. This is the proposed.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Yeah. Yeah, that I have no objection to that.
All right, Ryan, what are your comments?
I don't take any exception to the minor modifications being proposed. I think what's presented here is still appropriate.
All right, thank you. Wendy?
Yeah, I think the proposed changes look appropriate. Does anyone remember it says modify shingle color to match the existing house? Do you remember what they were going to do before? Does anybody remember? Is it going to be painted? I think it's fine, in any event. I think it's fine to match the house. I don't have any, I don't take any exception with that. I was just curious.
All right, and this is Beth McCarthy. I think the modifications are appropriate. And then also, this is barely visible from the road, this barn in the back. So I guess then we can proceed with a motion.
Okay. Do we do this as two separate ones, Erica?
I think
they had presented two different certificates of appropriateness, one for the barn and one for the main house.
Okay.
So it's two separate minor modifications.
All right. Should I state in my motion that this is for the barn? Because otherwise you're going to read exactly the same, I think.
Yes, I would say for the barn revision.
Okay. Okay. All righty. All right. So this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minor barn modification application for Robert Eric Livingston, 120 Pine Lane, Barnstable, map 278, parcel 006/001, built 1834 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck?
Aye.
Ryan Caholen?
Aye.
Leslie Wallace?
Aye.
And Beth McCarthy, aye. So our next minor modification is for Eric Robert Livingston, 120 Pine Lane, Barnstable, map 278, parcel 006/001, built in 1834. And this is for the main house. All new windows on the main house will change to black, and all new windows and doors in the primary wing will be black, except for the windows in the sunroom, and they will remain white. So maybe see that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, my question was the trim's going to stay white, but I see like the window divider light things there are black there. So everything will be black, okay, on the windows. Okay.
And then that sunroom is down in the front.
Can you move it down? Yeah.
It provided the existing photo of the house, which shows that those had the black windows and that's what they wanted to keep. And then the sunroom's on that left-hand side, which you can't see from here, but it would be white. I can try to bring up the plans from the original application if you'd like.
Hey there, Ben and Denise Thompson here. The sunroom is part of the new addition that's off of the master bedroom wing. So if you have the elevations, we could.
But the photo that you're looking at here is actually the one that faces Pine Lane. So the addition that we're doing is actually behind on the opposite side going east. And as it goes east out towards the barn, it's that last room that's on the very end of that addition
Okay.
that we just wanted to maintain the white as a little bit of a sparkle on the end of the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So you're only going to see a few glancing windows along the edge of it at the very
Yeah. From the side.
yeah
Yeah.
as you come from the railroad tracks north
Yeah.
or south. Sorry.
So does that mean with the exception of the sunroom, all the windows on the house now, like the grills on the inside will be painted black?
Yes.
Correct. And they'll
And the
match,
trim-
which is probably good. Yeah.
And the trim will stay white.
The trim will stay
Right.
white.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So can you go back to that? So is that the sunroom that we're looking at over on the left there? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, scroll down to the next drawing. Or no, I think on the
That
sheet
right-
that you're on, Eric, if you just go down to the drawing and the drawing that you have shown, if you can just go to the drawing at the bottom. Yeah, there you go. The right-hand side of this one where you see the 4 windows that are 8/8s, that's the sunroom.
Okay.
So those would be white and everything else would be black.
So if we scroll up, my question is, if we scroll up, we can just to the top of the page, and the structure to the left of the house, is that the same sunroom that we were just, or is that different?
No,
That's
that's a
different.
screen. That's
Actually,
a screen porch.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you actually go to if you go to the site plan? There, just even that's fine, just so that you have a sense of what the
Okay.
actual overall layout is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nothing
really
changes
see it.
on the screened in porch, right? That
No,
stays.
that stays the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, I'm good.
So the left-hand side of that page is that original elevation that we were looking at from the street.
Yeah.
So that wing that goes off to the right is going east, and it's just that one room
Yep.
at the very end.
Yep.
Okay. I think I got it. I understand.
All right. Any other comments regarding the minor modifications from the committee? No? All right.
Looks
This is Pat
good.
McCarthy. That modification for that sunroom that isn't even visible from the road either. So
Not really.
anyhow. All right. Are we ready to make a motion then on this?
Yeah, I think
these
so.
modifications for the main house.
Yep.
Um,
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minor modification of the main house for Robert Eric Livingston, 120 Pine Lane, Barnstable, map 278, parcel 006/001, built 1834 as submitted.
Second, Leslie Wallace.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So I went to the property. That tree is gone in the front. It looks like you're making major, major